In the context of modern agricultural development, a special profession is increasingly attracting attention. That is quail farming, full of potential and profit. Hundreds of millions of quail are raised not only for their eggs, but also to provide meat. Let's explore the successful model of Chinese farmers in raising and processing this small bird. Almost any type of weather conditions are suitable for starting quail farming. This bird weighs only around 200 grams, but produces millions of eggs each year, more than any other bird species. Currently, the region that raises the most quails in the world is China. An estimated 1.4 billion quails are raised annually for meat and eggs. Of those, more than 80% are produced in China. Each year, China processes about 1.3 million quails and around 84 billion eggs, accounting for nearly 38% of total global production. It not only provides meat and egg products to Chinese consumers, but it also exports. To ensure the development and health of the entire quail herd, farmers must invest from selecting eggs to putting them in incubators. When the eggs hatch, they go through a screening process that helps to select the best quails with the best health. Now, let's explore the farming activities at the quail farm. Incubating quail eggs is a meticulous process that requires careful attention to detail to ensure a successful hatching. This process begins with choosing a suitable incubator. The size and complexity of the machine will depend on the scale of the farm in operation. A basic incubator can hold around 100 eggs and is equipped with automatic features that help to maintain the right conditions for egg development. The first important factor in artificial incubation is to keep eggs at a temperature of around 37.5 degrees Celsius. Most modern incubators have thermostats to adjust the temperature, but farmers still regularly monitor and adjust if necessary in order to prevent any harmful fluctuations. Farmers turn eggs at least 4 times a day to ensure the yolk does not stick to the egg membrane. Farmers check quail eggs regularly to identify any undeveloped eggs early. They can then discard them to avoid contamination or waste. Incubators have features such as automatic thermoregulation and insulation in order to ensure proper egg development, maintain the right temperature and humidity. This is very important for successful hatching. Managing the correct male to female ratio in quail populations is also very important. Ideally, there should be 1 male for every 10 females in the breeding cage. Quail eggs normally take about 17 to 18 days to hatch. Increasing the humidity to about 65% helps to soften the embryo and eggshell, so the quail eggs easily come out of the shell. Farmers do not remove them from the incubator until 24 hours after the incubation begins. This allows enough time for all of the quails to hatch. Many generations of quails are raised in incubators, causing them to lose their natural instincts in regards to nesting and caring for their young. Therefore, young quails will be quarantined for a period of time before being introduced to the large quail flock. This helps to ensure they do not carry any pathogens. For these birds away from their natural environment, temperature is an important aspect. This is because quails are inherently sensitive to temperature fluctuations. This is the invisible factor that causes the loss of quail harvests in China every year. Modern farms use LED lighting systems that can be programmed to simulate natural daylight. This lighting cycle saves energy and can be adjusted to provide optimal light intensity. Besides this, the ventilation system ensures a steady flow of fresh air and maintains optimal humidity, which helps to prevent respiratory diseases and reduce stress in quails. Farmers provide fresh water continuously to prevent their quail flocks from becoming dehydrated. Because of their small size and weight, quails are often raised at high density in cages. So if one individual gets sick, it can easily spread to the entire flock. Cleaning and disinfection of barns is also done periodically by farmers. Besides cage maintenance, disease prevention is an important part of quail farming. Farmers regularly check their quails for any sign of disease. Monitoring your quail's behavior and appetite can also pick up signs of potential health problems. Some housing systems provide quails with more natural light and space. This provides more opportunities for them to perform natural behaviors. However, the number of quail living in high welfare conditions is very low and is often on small-scale farms. Female quail begin to lay eggs within 6 to 7 weeks of age. They lay about 300 eggs in the first year of life. Then they lay about 150 to 175 eggs in the second year, with egg production gradually decreasing. This is all that happens on the quail egg production line. Quail eggs are processed on conveyor belts, and the old and damaged eggs are removed manually. After that first step, the eggs are washed in a special machine, using warm water and mild disinfectant to remove dirt and bacteria. After washing, the eggs are dried and then exposed to ultraviolet light, which further disinfects the shell and kills any remaining pathogens. During the cooking process, this machine turns the eggs using a spiral egg boiling mechanism to improve the deviation of the yolk center. Quail egg shells are broken before being put into the peeling machine. Workers continue to remove bad eggs and transport good eggs to the marinating stage. Finally, the marinated eggs are cooled and packaged. These systems are designed to process large volumes of eggs efficiently, ensuring eggs reach the market intact and are in a consistent condition. Quails that are not suitable for egg production or breeding will be kept. They will ensure the optimal weight and quality are achieved before processing to meat production. Chinese people use quail meat as health recovery food because it has many nutrients. When quails raised for meat begin to lay eggs, a month later they are slaughtered. Quail food must be low in fiber, rich in nutrients, and diverse in types. In addition to pelleted food, they are also fed a diet including a number of foods, such as fish meal and cornmeal. This menu can supplement nutrition with some vitamins, synthetic antibiotics, and trace elements for quails to grow stably. Compared to other types of poultry, quail farming does not cost too much, and the profits can be quite high. Chinese farmers also don't have much know-how. They just try to take care of the cages and the quail's health regularly in order to produce quality quails. Quai Town has promoted quail farming to increase villagers' income by cooperating with local farmers. To date, the number of quails raised annually in Quail has exceeded 1 million because quail eggs and meat are widely sold in many places, including Shanghai and the Jiangsu province. They are slaughtered humanely, and after plucking the feathers, there is a gutting stage to remove the internal organs in order to ensure the cleanliness and safety of the meat. The final step in the meat production process is packaging the quail carcass. It can either be sold whole or processed into different parts depending on the market. Quail meat is popular in other countries besides China, and quail dishes have become a feature of Asian street food culture. "25 days. That is the life cycle of a pigeon raised for meat. Their journey from being an egg to becoming an adult bird, although very short, is wonderful and rich. Now we will watch how farmers raise and process millions of pigeons. Currently in the world, there are more than 500 species of wild pigeons and more than 175 breeds of domestic pigeons. Pigeon populations are distributed across continents from tropical to temperate regions. Faced with this abundance, people exploit the intelligence and superiority of pigeons to turn them into a valuable resource for life. Pigeon breeders have developed pigeons for a variety of purposes, and most of it is used for sports and meat production. According to statistics on livestock farms, popular pigeon breeds raised for meat include White King, Red Carno, French Mondaine, and giant pigeons. Pigeon meat is consumed in many countries around the world, especially young pigeon meat. This is because it is easy to digest and rich in protein, vitamins, and minerals. Young pigeons are harvested just before leaving the nest, usually around 25 to 30 days old. Each young pigeon will weigh around 500 grams. Dishes made from pigeon meat are very familiar, but have you ever been curious about how millions of pigeons are raised? 10 pairs of pigeons can produce 8 babies per month. Production levels can be increased by providing a second nest for each pair. After the eggs hatch, the female pigeon will lay 2 more eggs in the second nest and incubate them. Meanwhile, the male pigeon takes care of the 2 young birds in the first nest. If you don't have the patience to wait, we have a second solution, which is artificial incubation. Farmers choose high-quality pigeon breeds to have healthy pigeons in the future. Clean, intact, and uniformly sized eggs will ensure a smooth incubation process. At the same time, it minimizes the risk of egg damage during incubation. After choosing suitable eggs, farmers must maintain a stable temperature and closely monitor the incubation environment. From 2 to 3 weeks after hatching, pigeons begin to become independent and explore the world around them. By about 4 to 5 weeks, they are fully grown, becoming strong adult pigeons, ready to enter the habitat and breed. Pigeon cages are often designed to ensure the best living conditions, helping to increase productivity and product quality. When raising free-range pigeons, they will have tougher meat and stronger bones. However, farmers will have difficulty managing the number and health of the pigeon flock. In China, farmers often choose to raise pigeons in cages, combined with grazing. The cages are quite cramped, but meet the purpose of raising meat for the meat production. The main food for pigeons is pellet food. They are often supplemented by farmers with grain in their diets in order to increase productivity. Farmers also regularly check their health and implement disease prevention measures in order to maintain a thriving pigeon flock. The pigeon farm has a cycle of selling batches of pigeons every 4 days, a process done to maintain balance and optimize production. When the baby pigeons reach the appropriate age, they are separated from their parents and prepared for sale. For each sale of around 3,000 animals, farmers will carefully select them, ensuring the highest quality and meeting the market needs. Processing pigeons is similar to processing other types of poultry such as chickens and ducks that are hung on modern lines throughout the process of taking blood, removing internal feathers, and cleaning the carcass. Because pigeons are small, they are often packaged and prepared as whole birds. The environment of the farm will depend on the purpose of raising pigeons. If farmers raise pigeons for sport, they will need more space. About 6 weeks after the feathers grow on the body, the pigeon can begin training. They begin their first flights for life, then return to the farm. Compared to eating pigeon meat, this activity is much more popular, especially in countries like the Netherlands, England, the United States, Germany, and Poland, where pigeon racing is a popular sport. Pigeons, with their outstanding hunting abilities, have been human companions for centuries. At this farm, you can see the good cooperation between humans and pigeons. Farmers train pigeons to fly in the sky and long distances, then quickly return. This training process requires a lot of skill and proper care of the pigeon. So for Florida farmers, this is an exciting and challenging job. What's more, this is a lucrative business. The exotic pigeons, prized for their unique colours and patterns, add aesthetic value to this activity. Pigeon breeders focus on training their birds, travelling long distances and returning to the coop, demonstrating the remarkable hunting instincts of the guide birds. As well as this, pigeons can also perform artistic flights. This is the work Night Flight in the Sky of Brooklyn, New York. The pigeons are carrying small LED lights on their legs, and they look like moving constellations, bringing a unique performance to the audience. Once again, farmers and pigeons demonstrate their ability to coordinate well. Above all is the thousands of years of magical connections between humans and these birds of the sky. Pigeon clubs organise flying competitions for these birds. They quickly became a great sport and they bring people together. Participants will release training pigeons and see which pigeon can get home the fastest, over distances that can range from 100 to 300 miles. So what happens in pigeon racing? Before the race, each pigeon is assigned a number on its leg. On this is a pin that is a radio frequency identification tag. In addition, a corresponding electronic clock in the attic will automatically record relevant information. You are witnessing a race of pigeons worth around $1 million US. So how do pigeons find their nests so accurately? Because all animals, including birds, have an innate sense of magnetic positioning. They navigate using the Earth's magnetic field. Homing pigeons have the ability to find their nests from extremely long distances. In April of this year, a pigeon named Red Rocket participated in a race in Florida. After 9 days of flight, on April 24th, Red Rocket reached its destination, covering a distance of 1,741 kilometers at a speed of 251 meters per minute. It was declared the winner. The feeling of nervous waiting and excitement when seeing pigeons fly to the finish line is one of the attractive elements of this game. Some customers pay large sums of money to get the best performing pigeons. Therefore, farmers always strive to breed pigeons with the most sought after bloodlines and quality on the market.